My name is Jade Conda, and I'm from Austin, Texas, and I'm a full-time yoga teacher and yoga teacher trainer. So from a trauma perspective, there was a couple of events in my life that I feel like set me up really to be in this state of, I guess, maybe I would call it low-level trauma, like operating sort of at a sub-level to what I now know is possible. I was married for quite a while to my partner had bipolar disorder, and he was very unpredictable and at times was either emotionally or physically violent. Just after that relationship, I met a spiritual teacher. So the combination of those two experiences, I think, had a profound effect on me learning to ignore my internal experience, me learning to question every feeling that I had, and to second guess where I was, what I wanted to say, what I felt from the inside was the right thing to do, and instead to adhere to some sort of code, either to survive in the first case, or in the second case, in order to be a good devotee. I definitely feel that this pattern set up a dissociative experience with myself, for sure. I mean, I remember somebody asking me, like, well, how do you feel about that? And just like, it was like it didn't compute, because I didn't know how I felt. It was hard for me to have a true feeling connection with anyone else. I ended up in a lot of relationships, initially getting close, and then getting close enough that my continued need to modify my behavior so that I felt like they were okay, then eventually I would become resentful of the relationship. And so it led to a lot of short-term relationships that lasted as long as they lasted, and then would end because I didn't like who I was with them, even though I wasn't quite sure who I was without them. My initial experience with somatic experiencing actually was in a workshop with Brian, and we expressed boundaries just in a physical way. And there was a moment when we were working with boundaries where Brian stepped into my space, and I just had a huge rising up of fear and also like sadness. It was as if like all those moments of somebody coming into my space had happened right in that moment. And then I remembered that we had permission to say, stop. And I felt in that particular environment, in that super safe environment, I found my voice to say, stop, and to step back. And that was, and has been, really life-changing for me. And it was like, it's hard to explain, but it was just this huge revelation, recognizing that rush of anxiety that came up in me was not a feeling that I was trying to get rid of, but actually it was a feeling of my internal self speaking. It just meant that I, like any other person, have a place where enough is enough. So this ability to create safety for myself, it made life a lot more manageable. And this is the other thing that's so huge, is I'm actually in real relationship with people now, because I can also allow them to have whatever experience they need to have. And I can feel my boundaries, and I can allow them to have theirs. Because when I wasn't having any of my own boundaries, then it was always a group experience. There was no me having mine, them having theirs, and then us as two human beings figuring out what this means. So my actual SE sessions with Brian were, I had done a lot of other types of therapy that while we did move into the places where trauma had occurred, we did it in such a gentle and safe way, and I felt so really held. That feeling of safety allowed me to move into places where I had experienced trauma and to re-experience them in some way, to re-experience them in a way that they stopped being such a huge part of my story, but rather they became part of my history. And gosh, it's hard to explain, but there is something very unique about somatic experiencing, and also about this, specifically the way that Brian approaches it, that there is a safety. It's almost like you're getting to walk back through experiences that happened to you, but you have somebody to hold you. You have somebody to help you. And you're able to revisit that part of yourself that was there in the moment of that trauma. You're able to revisit that, but with the stability, security, support that lets you change the outcome. Truly lets you change the outcome. So the first dramatic change that people who are even not super close to me have noticed is just that I seem younger, and that I appear, literally my face looks younger, that my body, I notice that my body moves in a much more fluid and natural way, even within my yoga practice. As far as like my friends, what they're noticing is that what they've said is they feel like they are getting to know me in a way that they never did before. And I think that's because I am able to express myself in a way that I never did before. In my, intimate personal relationships, I am experiencing a huge level of freedom. And what their expression is now that they know where I stand, whereas before they didn't. They've commented that I have much fewer outbursts, because when something happens that touches up on my boundaries, I'm actually able to speak to it. And so I'm more natural. That's the other feedback I get, is that I just seem a lot more natural and relaxed in my life. Yeah, so the impact that somatic experiencing has had on me in my own life is really feeling like I'm actually stepping into my own shoes. I feel like I am fully stepping into being the orchestrator of my own life, that I'm the decider, to quote George Bush. I'm in a place where I can choose where I want to move, how I want to move, what I want to create in my life. And in an external way that was happening before, I was able to accomplish things in the world before, but now I feel like I'm choosing what I'm doing in the world. And in that vein, I've chosen actually to train in this method, in somatic experiencing, and because I feel it's so valuable. In all the years of asana practice, of yoga practice, I never experienced the same thing that I have through somatic experiencing. So my desire is to use it to help people like myself who are operating in a traumatized state to actually work through that trauma with the desire to live a full life, to have a nervous system that can respond to things that happen, to return to a natural state of joy that's really should be available to all of us. That's my desire with studying this work, really, is to share it, because it has been so profound.